Welcome to this webinar. Today, we are going to be talking about how to actually go through DSBS and set up your organization. My name is Alicia Moore. I am the CEO of Clinical Science Research Solutions, and I'm also the founder of I Am Research and Wellness Foundation. We have partnered, we're certified CREO partners, and we are a small minority woman-owned business, and we are actually certified by the state of Missouri. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to this tutorial. I will be going through this, and then I will try to actually show you like a live demo of the actual steps that we have gone through today. Okay, let's get into it. So what is DSBS? DSBS means Dynamic Small Business Search. It is the vendor search database used by federal contracting officers, prime contractors, supplier diversity teams, academic institutions, a lot of your Fortune 500 banks, companies, let's see here, hospitals, restaurants. I'm finding this out. So many corporations actually use DSBS to ensure that you are a small business owner, because a lot of them recognize those certifications such as the WOSB and the MWBE certification and many other certifications that the government has said, hey, if this organization has a certification and they can self-certify in DSBS as a small business owner, and the system will let you know if you're a small business owner, then these are the organizations, or like these suppliers, not the suppliers, but the buyers that actually go through and basically verify that you are a small business owner. So again, supplier diversity teams. So DSBS pulls data from SAM.gov, but it is searched separately. Buyers do not award contracts from SAM alone. They actually search the DSBS database. So SAM registers your business, it makes you visible, but you're able to market your business to buyers in DSBS. Okay, so how is it connected to SAM.gov? Well, first of all, your SAM.gov, you must have a registered legit business in SAM.gov. Once it's registered, there's actually a little green light, or a little bubble, if you will, right at the top of your business page, in SAM.gov, that will say it's registered. So DSBS will auto-populate from SAM.gov. And what does it auto-populate? The legal business name, the address, your cage codes, I call them NAS codes, capabilities, the capability narrative, and keywords do not auto-optimize, right? You actually have to manually put that in. So, and that part is actually written intentionally to ensure that you are entering in all the information that is applicable to your business, and probably to make sure that, there's not a mistake or, some kind of issue going on between SAM.gov and the communication between the two platforms, right? How do you access DSBS? So first of all, you go to the website, right here, dsbs.sba.gov. You click search, you choose advanced search, and you search as a buyer first to actually find your business. So you can do it by your NAS codes, by keywords, or by the certification. What buyers actually filter by? So they filter by what you see right here, the primary NAS codes, keywords, whether you're certified as a woman-owned small business, minority woman-owned business enterprise, DBE, etc. Your geographic location, capability narrative. They do not filter by job titles, your personal bio, and years of experience alone. That's not going to pull up your business. So the buyer can actually see what you have to offer. So having these codes, keywords, certification, your geographic location, and your capability narrative, that is going to be your strong marketing value that the buyers will be able to pull up in DSBS. DSBS profile sections, this is the exact guide. Your capability narrative is the most important section. It is not a company bio. It is required. It's very structured. So say this clearly in your mind. 1, what services do you provide? This is all incorporated within your capability narrative. 2, who are you providing them for? 3, what problem are you solving? And what's the outcome? Because the buyers, they're buying outcomes. They're not buying your step-by-step guide. What you do not do is copy and paste your about us into the capability narrative. You don't do the first person storytelling, and you don't just list credentials. What you need to do is actually implement the buyer's language, services, plus the outcome. So your NAICS codes, how do you choose them? You select a minimum of 3 to 5. I have about 5 to 6 NAICS codes. And what they're going to do is ask you to pick a primary NAICS code that's applicable to your business. Others must directly match the services that you have to offer. So the other 4 or 5, you'll be able to pick those NAICS codes, and it may take you a little while to go through those NAICS codes and choose which one is applicable to your business. Also, try to use ChatGPT to help you figure out which NAICS codes are going to be applicable to your business, right? That's another easier way of doing it to kind of speed up the time instead of you taking so much time to look for those NAICS codes. I used ChatGPT, and it was very helpful for me to search for the NAICS codes that's applicable to my business. And as you will see, you're going to go through those NAICS codes, and you'll see which ones are applicable to your business. And if you have a question about it, there is you can Google it, really. You don't need a whole bunch of NAICS codes because it can actually hurt you. You want to make sure those NAICS codes are applicable to your business in a strategic way. So what are some of the keywords that are highly unused? Keywords are highly unused, but they are trigger words. So what you do is you enter services, this type of services you have, the deliverables, industry problems. You do not enter in job titles. So examples of correct keywords: workforce training, workforce development, clinical research consulting, compliance support, data management, program implementation, just to name a few. The certification section. Certifications increase your search ranking. Also, it helps you to stand out from the rest of your competitors. So a lot of times common filters buyers use are WOSB, MWBE, DBE, and SBA programs because they have what you call set aside contracts, or just contracts that are specifically for companies that have these certifications. Because again, if you don't remember me saying, or if you haven't watched my previous videos, the government has mandated for corporations, Fortune 500 corporations, to set aside contracts or to set aside money to do business with minority-owned business owners and those that have that certification. So it's very, very imperative that you get these certifications, because it opens up another door for you to more opportunities, not just monetarily. There are networking opportunities, other opportunities for you to collaborate with other business owners to help fulfill those needs of your own business and maybe their businesses too. So your certification is approved. If your certification is approved but not showing, your DSBS profile is incomplete or outdated. How do you edit your DSBS profile? First of all, you're going to log into SAM.gov, go into the entity registration. You are going to edit the core data. You're going to navigate to assertions. That's where you're going to see all your NAS codes. You are going to update your capabilities narrative, your NAS codes, keywords, submit the changes, and allow 24 to 72 hours for DSBS to update those changes. What are some common mistakes that business owners do whenever they are within DSBS? So writing a resume instead of writing a capability statement, you got to understand you're entering into the procurement world. So it's the language and how you do business is way different versus thinking in the employee mindset. You have to get out of the employee mindset and think like a business owner. And also you have to think like a buyer. Using too many NAS codes, you don't have any keywords, you don't have any outcomes listed, and you never update your profile after certification has been approved. The reality check. DSBS, getting your business registered and actually claiming your business in DSBS is not optional. If you're wanting to do government contracting or enterprise contracting, you must register and ensure everything is correct in DSBS. This is where buyers decide who to contract before an RFP is ever released. So what I'm going to do is the steps that we just went through. I'm going to show you a little bit what that's going to look like in DSBS. And give me just a minute to pull it up. Okay. All right. Here we go. So let's kind of start from the top. I don't know if it will allow me to create a different account, but this is what DSBS looks like. And whenever you have your NAS codes entered in correctly or the correct NAS codes for your business, as you can see, if you're a buyer, the buyer has the choice of, well, first of all, you need to claim your business, right, in DSBS. Whenever you get ready to create an account, you don't go in and say log in with max.gov. What you do is log in as a business owner. And it will take you through a couple of prompts. You can either have them to send you an email or enter in a code to log into your account. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here shortly. And that code will go exactly into your email address that you use to register for DSBS. And actually you're going to, it's US Small Business Search. And let me make sure you can see my screen. Yep. So whenever you get ready, I've already created my account. However, if you have not created your account, what you're going to do is go in and claim your business. Now you need to wait 24 to 72 hours after you have registered your business in SAM.gov before you even try to come over here and claim your business, because what will happen is even though you may have your UEI code or cage code, it's not going to pull it up. So as you can see, just an example, whenever you go in to try to find and claim your business, you select, you put in your cage code, or excuse me, your UEI code, and that's mandatory. And then what you do is you're going to select find this business. No business found. So let's put in the cage code too. You might run into that issue as well. Oh, it might not allow me to do it. Oh, I know what it is. If you use your social security number to file your taxes, then that's what you put in here. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want anybody seeing that. But you understand, like whenever you get ready to claim your business, that's exactly what you have to do. And as long as it's been the 24 to 72 hours, you'll be able to see your business. So let's go back and do a business search. So we're going to pretend like you have claimed your business, and let's put in the cage code that's applicable to your business. And I'm going to look mine up right now. Okay, as you can see, Clinical Science Research Solutions is right here, and it's only here because I was able to claim my business. Now, if you are actively applying for the Woman-Owned Small Business certification, it will say pending right here. But if you're not, it will say no active SBA certifications. Now, you can self-certify as a small business enterprise, and SBA, it will allow you to do that if you are able to implement the correct NAS codes, depending upon how much you're worth or your business is worth or how much your revenue is. But if it goes over the threshold, then you won't be considered as a small business owner. I think it's like over $800,000, something like that. So as you can see, I already have my capability statement in here and the narrative, if you will. And then I also have my capabilities document attached in this column. That's something that you should do. I have my business email and then, of course, the address. So what you're going to do is, as a buyer, this is what they're going to see. And then also they're going to see your information. So again, whenever you actually go into DSBS and you are, you've claimed your business and you're going through and entering all this information, your capability narrative, you're going to put that in yourself. And then the rest of it should populate over for the most part. If you have an additional website, the way I do for my nonprofit organization, it will allow you to enter in your additional website information, ownership and organization. So whatever you have put into SAM.gov, this will actually come over into DSBS. And again, if you are going after, let's say, the WOSB, and there are several other certifications that you will go for, it will say pending here. And remember those NAS codes that I told you about? So whenever you enter in your NAS code, it's going to ask for you to select a primary one that is your strong point, for me, in my opinion, that is applicable to your business. And then also this NAS code, let's bring this up. So if yes, this firm, what this means, let me make my screen a little bigger. If yes, the firm's revenues number of employees do not exceed the NAS code small business size standard. So all these NAS codes that have been chosen, well, it has placed me in the category of a small business owner, which is beneficial for me as a minority owned business owner. So I will be able to have access to those procurement RFP proposal opportunities. And not just that, remember whenever I mentioned, whenever you get these certifications, there are webinars and summits and free courses, and you being assigned to or reaching out to someone at the Apex Accelerator to help you just navigate through this whole process and to ensure that you are able to find those, bidding opportunities. Remember the keywords that I told you about? One of the ones that I saw, workforce development, training, education. I should have some compliance on here. Oh, certification, minority woman-owned enterprise, clinical trial services, research site development. All those keywords are important. You can actually go in and edit the keywords as necessary. And then for me, the rest of this is not applicable. And also performance history, it's not provided because you can do that. You're going to have a performance history on your capability statement. That's something I need to update here. And this is not applicable to me either. And it's probably not going to be applicable to you. It just depends upon your business model and what you have going on. Okay, essentially this is the tutorial. Let's go back to results. Say for instance, if you want to search by your UEI number, you can do that. So let's try it. So once you enter in your code, you select enter. And again, as long as everything has been entered into SAM.gov correctly and SAM.gov has, verified that your business is legit, and you've given it 24 to 72 hours for SAM.gov to get everything situated in their database, and then it gives it time to talk to DSBS so you can actually pull up your business just the way I have. Okay, so this concludes today's webinar. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at csrs clinicalscienceresearchsolutions.com. And then also this webinar will be uploaded into Thinkific, and you'll see it on YouTube as well. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And please, please, please take advantage of getting these certifications. It is somewhat of a lengthy process, but once you start getting used to it, accustomed to what you are needing to do and how important it is, and once you start seeing the benefit opportunities that come with self-certifying and getting these certifications, it's well worth the wait. It's well worth going through the process. Okay, so this is the end, and look forward to our next webinar.